Oh, we're doing truth bullets? Souls, rope, motel room, scrap of paper, surveillance camera, AC temperature. Cons count. Blood on souls, rope used for hanging, motel room key, scrap of thick paper, surveillance camera unit, AC temperature, and the cons account. What's my cons account?
We can't think of anybody else other than you who could have filmed that video.
Your behavior confuses me.
Huh? Do you have any proof? Is the hemp bag on her head the proof? Is the hospital gown she was wearing suspicious? Or could it be the hospital slippers she had on?
Ibuki and Mikon clearly have different body types.
Is that really your proof? You could tell her body type under the hospital gown? Just from that video? Just from that camera angle? Just from that dim candlelight? There's no way you'd be able to make out her body type! So please forgive me already!
Hajime, pay close attention and listen well. You're the only one who can point out the killer's mistake.
Do I need to grab killer's mistake? I'm gonna have to do that this trial yet.
We can't think of anybody else
So what's the
other than you
mistake? What do you think?
who could have filmed that video.
Huh? Do you have any proof? Is the hemp bag on her head the proof? Is the hospital gown she was wearing suspicious? Or could it be the hospital slippers she had on?
Ibuki and Mikon clearly have different body types.
Is that really your proof? You could tell her body type under the hospital gown? Just from that video? Just from that camera angle? Just from that dim candlelight? There's no way you'd be able to make out her body type! So please forgive me already!
You should know the camera
Hajime, pay
angle.
close attention and listen well. You're the only one who can point out the killer's mistake.
I'm not the killer!
We can't think of anybody else other who could have filmed that video.
Huh? Do you have... Is the hemp bag on her head? Is the hospital gown she was... Or could it be the hospital slippers she had on?
Ibuki and Mikon clearly have different...
Is that really your proof? You could tell her body type under the hospital gown? Just from that video? Just from that camera angle?
I'll shoot through that contradiction. Mikon, you've committed a major mistake.
Mistake?
As I said before many times, I'm the only one who saw that video.
What's wrong with that?
But I never said anything about the camera angle. So how can you say anything about the camera angle as if you saw that video yourself?
Yep.
The only reason Mikon knew the camera angle Hajime had seen is because you're the person who actually filmed that video. Is that right?
How long was she freaking planning
This is
this?
your
I'm so
just
confused.
reward. The more desperately you argue, the deeper you dig yourself into a hole. You lied, didn't you?
Are you serious? Is it true, Mikon? Did you kill Hiyoko and Ibuki? Forgive me! Huh? 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 I was wrong. Wrong. No, that's not it at all.
That's not it?
I mean, it's impossible. You know that hemp bag Ibuki was wearing when she died? Try remembering the tote bag instead.
There's 2 of
Ding!
them.
I totally remember now.
What the heck's wrong with her? She's getting weirder by the minute.
That tote bag. Isn't it the same one that girl was wearing in the video?
How do you know so much about that video?
Who cares about that? More importantly, did you know that bag is a limited item that was sold at the movie theater?
And
Hajime saw it too, didn't you?
they get
You
2.
remember the Usami decal on it, right? Whoopsie! Don't worry about it. I remember even if you don't. Ta-da! There's no mistake that that tote bag is a limited item. So don't you think it's impossible? Using one tote bag in both the conference room and the music venue at the same time? It's blatantly obvious that that's impossible. Don't you think? That's why that video isn't fabricated, and I'm not the killer. So you'll forgive me, right?
Taking your stubbornness this far. Such despair.
Wait. I don't understand you,
And you're
Nagito.
gonna forgive me? I won't stop until you forgive me!
Huh. No! I was hoping that I just didn't have those. Number of bullets are displayed. At this point, you need 1 bullet to destroy 1 remark. When you're out of bullets, you won't be able to destroy the remarks, no matter how much you mash the B button. You'll refresh your bullets by pressing the X button to reload. Just like locking on, pressing the X button in time with the tempo marker. Controls are the same as the B button. Mash the tempo marker either by pressing the X button. The number of bullets refreshed. Wait. I thought that said either. Match the test. Oh, wait. Either by pressing the X button. I guess it's supposed to say either by pressing the X button or the B button. Based on how well you cut the tempo. Get the timing wrong when you press the X button. Bullets will not be refreshed, so please be careful. Also, your ammo will be completely refreshed and will not run out during fever time. Your difficulty level is set to gentle, you do not need to reload. I guess this was pretty useless explanation, even though it was the last one. Should be all the explanations for class trials. The rest is up to you to overcome. You should be able to find it beyond this point, what you and I both yearn for. True despair. Well then, good luck and have fun.
I'll keep explaining it until you forgive me! That bag is a limited item! That's why that crime is impossible for anyone to pull off.
This chick, has she lost it for good?
Yes.
Will you forgive me? You'll forgive me, right? Isn't that right? You're obviously gonna forgive me, right?
Let's do it. Chunk action. Okay, lock on, attack, and select final strike. Final strike, reload, final strike. Yeah, it says B, but it's actually A. RB is fever time.
You still haven't forgiven me? I'll do anything you want. Please, draw on me. Do you understand? Why only me? Please, draw on me.
Please draw on me?
Can you forgive me already? Forgive me! Forgive me! Please, draw on me. Do you understand? Can you forgive me already? I'll do anything you want. Can you forgive me already? I'll do anything you want. You are done for! Forgive me! Forgive me! Why only me? You still haven't forgiven me? I'll do anything you want. Please, draw on me. Do you understand? Why only me? Please, draw on me. There's only one bag. It's impossible to use it in two places at the same time. Can you forgive me already? Forgive me! Forgive! Please, draw on me! Do you understand? Can you forgive me already? I'll do anything you want. There's only one bag. It's impossible to use it in two places.
This is the end!
Bonus theater thighs, theater bonus prize.
Monokuma mentioned this earlier. Whoever bought that bag should have received another one as a bonus prize. Which means it's not impossible to use that bag in two separate places.
Yes,
So
it is.
please, just stop making desperate excuses.
Why? Why can't you forgive me? Why?
It seems her desperate struggle is finally coming to an end.
Why does everybody always hate me? You should just forgive me already!
Mikan, it's already over. After I go over your crime from the beginning and show that you have no arguments left. Please, just admit it already. In the end, at least let me believe in you.
Okay. What I saw on the monitor. Yoko was taped to the pillar through the hemp bag. No, Monomi's tote bag. What are you spreading? Glue? Third piece on the baton lighting. Turning the switch on the surveillance camera unit on. Okay, it's not that one. What did the killer do after the broadcast? The body was hidden before. A small clue that the killer left. Put it back to normal after destroying it. The real locked room. How was the real locked room created? Last stock? Two step ladders are different somehow. Let's look at the surveillance camera unit. Breaking the dump strip in half. Video broadcasted hanging. The killer ripped off the music menu's wallpaper. Wow, this is a real short one. Body was hidden before.
Here's everything that happened in this case. The key to this incident is the surveillance camera video that only I saw.
I had no suspicion of Mikan at the start of this.
That's why I'm going to start with that to unravel the knots of this crime. When I went to the hospital with Mikan this morning, I noticed a specific thing in the lobby. The incoming signal light on the surveillance monitor was blinking ahead of the scheduled time. When I switched on the monitor, what appeared on screen was a person wearing a hospital gown and a bag on their head about to hang themselves right at that moment.
Yep.
That surveillance camera unit was designed for two-way communication with the hospital and the music venue.
I really wish it was that she told freaking Ibuki to hang herself
That's why I thought the signal originated from the music venue, so I immediately headed over there. But that was the killer's trap. In truth, that video was recorded in a different place. The killer brought the music venue camera the night before and made their preparations in advance. And then, they filmed that video in the hospital conference room. By doing so, they tried to make me think the incident was happening in real time, when in fact, the crime had already been committed by that point.
Yep.
The person in the footage wearing the bag was actually the killer acting as a fake. I didn't know that, so I went to the music venue and found the hanged body wearing a bag on its head. Seeing the body before me, I panicked and rushed out of there to get the rest of you guys. But that was also part of the killer's trap. After cleaning the conference room, the killer was likely watching the music venue from outside. And, as if they were switching places with me, they went inside the music venue and began working on their last trick. First, the killer peeled off the wallpaper covering one of the stage pillars, revealing Hyoko's body.
Yep.
When I first arrived and saw the hanged body, I didn't notice anything strange about that pillar. I didn't expect it to be slightly larger from the wallpaper, or have Hyoko's body hidden inside. Next, the killer destroyed the surveillance camera that was used in the conference room. After destroying it, they mixed it with what was left of the surveillance monitor found at the crime scene. The surveillance camera the killer used was originally brought from the music venue, but when they brought it, they made sure to destroy its monitor beforehand. They wanted to hide the fact that the camera wasn't at the crime scene. In the end, the killer transformed the crime scene into a closed room. They broke one of the drumsticks from the storage room and placed it near the music venue's entrance. However, they did this to mislead us into believing that the music venue was locked from the inside.
So I'm not sure Shimikan's strong enough to do this.
In actuality, the reason the music venue became a closed room was because of the glue.
I guess.
The killer sealed the door with glue and intentionally created a closed room that could be forced open. With that, the killer finished tampering with the crime scene and met up with Fuyuhiko and me. They helped us force open the music venue door, despite the fact that they personally sealed it. And they made us discover not just Ibuki's body, but Hyoko's suddenly present body as well. At the time, they pretended to be surprised, but inside, they were probably relieved that their plan worked out. Isn't that right, Mikan? This crime was orchestrated by you, wasn't it?
Was that, like, life thing there before? So happy.
Whoa! Now she's laughing?
It's been such a long time. This feeling, I know it well. Like the floor is collapsing, like the sky is falling down upon you. This feeling of despair!
Mikan, what has happened to you?
Whoa there! Before that, a moment of your time.
Doesn't the vote usually happen before the tally? B.
It seems your arguments have reached a conclusion.